I'm here underneath the fire escape at the Crest Fire Escape. What I'm seeing is that this right side looks in pretty good condition. We got a drain here that for any water that accumulates. That's all bronze underneath, and it's a superstructure of steel, but it's like bronze encased, so from underneath it's like a false bottom. But it's starting to accumulate some water somewhere, which I'll identify from above, and that water has already started to eat the bronze below. Not a lot, but enough, especially here by the pivot point. You can see, as the pictures will indicate, exactly what's wrong with it at that point right there. So everything else looks pretty good. This outside flip arm, this little facade here, that looks like it was an afterthought. That looks like it's not original. It was put on there just to clean up the look. Looks like the bottom of it is probably rotted for the full length. So that's going to need some investigation to take that open that up, and basically identify just how bad the fire escape looks. Otherwise, this side, I don't foresee too many problems with this side of the fire escape. This is the right side of the fire escape. The bronze rail looks very good. The bronze rail over here looks very good. The whole length from both inside and outside, it looks very good. There's some other issues for the rain collectors that I'll identify after, but this thing looks in very good condition. It's aged well. And this is one of those where they may want to consider power washing it minimally, or basically giving it one of those baths that will bring it to the original color and let it start retarnishing, which is going to look very good on this fire escape. Alright, this is the access coming from that unit that is out there with the pulley systems that have the 3/4 cable going down to the cantilever. They come in through this into this thing, which you can't really see, but basically this is inside a little shaft that's in here. You have a little bit of a workspace. If need be, we can open this up. It doesn't look like there's any need to. There's a place to work here. Come in through this window over here. You come in and work over here. Be careful, don't fall into the bar back here, because this is a dangerous space. Maybe put a temporary 2x4 going across it so nobody ever falls into this area, because it's a false ceiling down there. But basically what you have it here, this looks like it's a category that falls into the into an elevator guy. Have an elevator guy come in here. There's some ironwork stuff that can be done here to a certain degree, but pulleys, greasing of the pulleys, and everything on this is going to have to be done by an elevator guy. And we could have the iron guy sort of go once through it, and if he feels that this is beyond his scope of work, he can then push it onto the elevator guy. But he can't throw a number at this, but this, it's simplistic in nature, but at the same time, greasing and tuning up this thing is the main case, and verifying that all the cables are in great condition. And they seem to be, because they've never had any weathering, they seem to be in great condition. Once you step back out here, and the only access over here is through this window, so you have to come upstairs. But basically, this piece over here that comes out of the building, it looks like it's in great condition. It's a bronze. The pulleys are all bronze. That's one of the things. They're all bronze. They look like they got little nipples on there for you to put the grease, put a grease gun. Looks like you take those nipples out and you put in regular nipples like you'd have in a car, and then you just would basically squirt grease into them. This side here looks like it's twisted to the right. I think because this cantilever's never had a resting position on that pulley, on that weight thing here, this side seems to be off kilter, probably 3 to 5 degrees. It's still working, but I don't know if that can be readjusted or re-put back. The other thing that I noticed too underneath here, if you go underneath, you'll see that that wheel is literally scraping up a little bit on that the thing. It still runs, but I don't know why the tolerance there is only like 1/16, 1/8. I would recheck all this spacing. Anytime you have spacing, I would silicone shut it so that the water can stop getting in there and rusting up. So silicone shut the entire steel, prime and paint accordingly. And then down below, I think it's working fine. I don't think there's anything wrong on this side, other than getting the system and the pulleys all re-greased. You're going to get this mechanism to work a lot better. As soon as you put that pivot point rebuilt at that other end, I think a lot of the hang-up is going to start going away, and then whether or not you remove 25 to 50 pounds or add 25 to 50 pounds on this weight system, it should drop. I also talked about having a simple cable crank down there by the start of the stairs that comes along this wall over to here on another pulley system down to the nose, so that if they want to crank the stair back up every time it drops for any reason, but it has to be removed after the fact, after it's been locked into position, and that's only to help bring the thing up. If in case it gets out of weight, you can use a simple boat crank with a cable that comes along the wall to the nose over here, down to the piece, and then that helps pull it up, and then it locks into position.